So Kevin, you're a community archaeologist and you get involved in this project every year, is that right?
That's right, way back till 2009 when John kicked it off up at Netherside Hall with Upper Wharfedale School. We worked with a small group up there and it's happened every year since, and sometimes twice yearly.
Right.
Which has absolutely been brilliant.
Yeah, and what do you think the children get out of it? Why do you think it's so important that it carries on?
Well, teamwork is the first thing that comes out of it. The kids get on so well together. Many of them come to the Big Dig not knowing each other beforehand. Some of them come from outlying primary schools, so they've not really ever met, hoping to come to Upper Wharfedale School to carry on the sort of years 7 and 8 studies.
Yeah.
They come together for the first time and they seem to really muck in together. It's a very hands-on activity. There is academic elements to it, but not enough to put them off.
Yeah.
And it's just the teamwork element. And the way that we've got this happy mixture of both the archaeology going on alongside other creative activities, whether it's den building or whether it's artwork, there's a bit of IT going on, a bit of filmmaking obviously. They see all aspects of what it takes to be an archaeologist looking and working in landscapes. So I think it really does knit people together very well.
Yeah, it seems to be very unique.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. I'm quite sure it's probably it's the only thing that is happening in the country quite like this.
Yeah.
And really that's down to John taking a lead from the high school's point of view. Without the Johns of this world, this is very hard to initiate from the professional's point of view.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So it's absolutely fantastic when a teacher gets it between his teeth and runs with it, and that's what he's done.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
The Big Dig's unique in many ways. One of the biggest ways that I think it's about the only project in the UK where professional archaeologists work with kids and on a week-long excavation.
Yeah.
And by the end of the week, the students have acquired a lot of the skills professional archaeologists use.
Yeah.
And these are skills which can help in later life, and it's also for some students who want to become archaeologists, it's often their first taste of archaeology.
Yeah.
And it helps them pursue their career.
Brilliant.
And secondly, it's just a fantastic holiday activity.
Yeah.
We're in a magnificent setting. The environment is absolutely beautiful, in the middle of the Yorkshire Dales. And it's not just the archaeology is the outcome, they're making new friends. A lot of the students here are transitioning to Upper Wharfedale School in September, so it's a great opportunity to meet new friends in time for September. They learn about nature, the environment, the history, as well as the archaeology.
Hello, my name is Chris. I live at Holbottom Farm in Hebden, and for this talk, Geology 101, you can call me Indiana, and I'm just going to talk to you about what the children on the Big Dig found when we went on our geology walk. Now, first up, we were looking for lead ore, also known as galena, and there it is. That's what it looks like. Lead sulfide, that is. It is quite toxic, and it has been mined out of the hillside up Hebden Gill over 100 years ago by children as well, so the kids have got some first-hand experience looking for that stuff. So you can see how it is quite dull on the surface, but if you do scrape it off, just bits of it, it is very shiny underneath. It is also quite toxic for children as well, so there you go. and the kids found loads of lead oxide, lead ore up there, and 100 years ago it would have been smelted down into lead plates for roofing slates and musket balls and all sorts of stuff, really. So yes, we found lots of that up Hebden Gill. Now, once we had picked up ores up the gill, we went on to find fossils. Now, we had much more success with fossils than we did with lead because, well, they're literally everywhere. The most common type we found was this sort of stuff. You could hardly call that a rock with fossils in it. It is really entirely fossils. The whole rock is just ingrained with crustacean organisms. Hundreds of millions of years ago, these would have just been little critters scurrying around in ancient seas, and when they die they fall to the bottom of the ocean and the sea. Then they're just compacted by sediments, and then all the organic soft parts will decompose and you're left with all the hard shell bits left. And this is literally everywhere. It almost forms a bedrock, so we found this everywhere. In fact we found so much we could probably restock the Natural History Museum twice. So there we go, we had great success finding fossils up where we went.
So, Mrs. Graham, you are the person that does all the lovely arts and craftsy stuff when it rains and the weather's not so good, but you also kind of incorporate a lot of the arts and crafts into the archaeology and the work that they're doing outside,
Yeah,
which is amazing.
absolutely.
So what sort of do you feel the kids get out of it? And
Well, it's a chance for them to have a go. A lot of the time they don't have an artist in such a small group working with them. So as much as possible it's fun, and that's the main element. But they're also learning without realising that they're learning new skills.
Yeah.
So observational techniques, composition, scale, proportion. We get depth of field in, tone. You know, they learn hands-on basically, and they're not realising they're just doing it through play, through fun.
yeah.
Friendships, the
Yeah.
friendship groups, and they just vary so much. So this morning we had a really, really quiet group, lovely little girls that were cracking on, and then you put the boisterous boys in and the whole dynamics change again.
Yeah.
But you know, it's fantastic. That's it with art. It's
Yeah.
so adaptable for all. Everyone can have a go.
Brilliant.
Great.
Yeah, and you're obviously very passionate about
I
it.
love it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
me. It's my world.
Yeah. Bless
love
you.
it.
Thank you. So it's your last day, guys. Do you want to just go through and say what you've enjoyed most about it, starting with Jojo?
I've enjoyed doing the digging because I never done that before loads, and it's been really fun, and especially the metal detecting
Yeah.
and finding all sorts of things, even though I found the drain pipe.
Is it?
Well, I really like the den building because we had to wait for a stream to get to our den. That was fun.
Anything else?
And I also like metal detecting, even though I didn't find anything that good. I did find a tent peg,
Yeah.
and I just kind of liked it all.
Okay.
I liked metal detecting because I found a shilling,
That was a good find, wasn't it? Yeah.
another coin.
Was it you that found that? Was it this King George 2p piece? Yeah, that was 1920.
Yeah,
That was cool, wasn't it?
and I like the den building as well.
Yeah. Cool. Next.
I like discovering the lime and chopping down the roots and doing the metal detecting.
Yeah, that's good. And would you walk them again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's raining like mad today and it's really muddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much.